Hey everybody, how's it going? Ron and Don here, back with another A-plus review.
Yes.
This time of Stone Sour's House of Golden Bones Part 1.
Such an exciting album.
Yes, it's
So
a
exciting.
great album, and we're happy to talk about it and review it
Yes.
with you guys today. So, what is House of who is Stone Sour?
Who is Stone Sour?
So,
Corey Taylor,
Yep.
lead singer. You got Stone Sour.
Yep.
And of Slipknot.
yes. Yep.
So
he
brings some Slipknot influences into this album.
And Jim Root of Slipknot fame as well. And then you have Roy Mayorga on the drums, and they change Josh Rand on rhythm guitar and sometimes lead. Some of these solos are him. And they changed their bass players quite a bit, so I don't really remember this one's name. So we'll just kind of skip that.
Yeah.
He did a good job though. But anyways, what is House of Golden Bones Part 1? So this album is their fourth album.
Right.
And it came out after a kind of more mainstream record, Audio Secrecy. So this album was a huge change of pace for them and a huge change in sound. So this is a concept album of a short story written by Corey Taylor. And you can tell that through the songs and the lyrics here. So yeah, let's just dive into it.
Let's get to it.
Yeah.
So we start with Gone Sovereign. Brandon, what did you think when you first listened to this?
I first listened to this when the record came out back in 2012, and I got chills with this song. I was blown away by everything, by the vocals, by the solo in it, by the riff, and coming from Audio Secrecy, this was nice to hear because it brought back that heavy sound that I was looking for that was missing.
Okay, yeah. I love how this song just starts off. It's like it's got that guitar, and then his voice is so good in this, and it just shows how like the rest of the album is gonna go. It's a great start to this album, and the guitar solo is so good in this.
Yep, yeah, great performances throughout this track, and then this one leads directly into Absolute Zero.
This is one of my favorites on this album.
Yeah, I think this is one of my favorite Stone Sour songs, period. Like, you got that awesome melody going into it, the awesome chorus. I don't know,
you get more of that aggressive Corey Taylor vocal that I love so much.
It's great. And just the riffs on this track, excellent. It's just a good track.
Yep.
And it connects to the concept somehow. I haven't really looked into it, but super catchy. It's a great track. Then that goes on to A Rumor of Skin, which is one of the more inventive songs on this album, I think.
Yeah, I love how this song starts off with that, and then again he's got that super catchy hook in it.
Yes.
The production is so good. Just all of the instruments are so well done throughout this whole album.
It's just another good track, just track after track after this one. It's just fantastic. Nothing. I mean, there's nothing to really criticize about any of these tracks, but then we move on to The Travelers Part 1, which this one's more of an interlude.
Yeah, definitely.
Part 2 is more of a song, but they allude to each other in a way, so that's really cool.
Yeah.
And so I love the sound of this song. I love how the acoustic guitar just kind of flows real nicely in this one. Yeah. And then the strings. There are strings throughout this record, and they fit so well in the mix of this album. They fit so well with the sound of the guitars and Corey's voice. It all fits together.
It sure does. Yeah, it's a really great ballad, and I love hearing Corey Taylor's just like kind of just singing voice, because he does so well with those like really just acoustic tracks that he plays. Yeah. And I love it.
Yeah, and this one has that ending that leads right into Tired.
One of the best songs ever.
This song is so catchy. The riff is so simple yet so effective.
Yes.
And the way Corey sings on this album, on the song, is great. This is the song. I love the drum pattern on the song. How it's like, I love that. It fits so well in the song. And then the solo. We're leaving out the solos for for a Rumor of Skin. Let me go back to A Rumor of Skin real quick. The solo for that track is awesome as well.
Yeah. Yep. Tired. I wrote this a lot throughout a couple songs on this album. For Tired, I wrote, it's the perfect blend of soft and heavy.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. I love it so much.
And that's like the sound of this album.
Yeah.
Soft and heavy and very melodic. It was a single for this album, and it was just a great single to put out. Like, this is just a solid song on this record.
Yep.
And it fits. And then we get into the heavy side, which adds a very nice change of pace for the record on RU486. Which I remember because back in 2012, that's when I read like the short story because it came with the album.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember this was like a thing that the enemy was saying to Corey's character. I'm not too sure, but it was like a chant of some sort. Yeah. But this song just adds a super hard change pace, and
it's the heaviest on this album by far.
Yeah, there's two songs on this record that really hit home with the heaviness, and this is one of them.
Super fast, super aggressive. It's just it's kind of it's unlike anything else on this album, and like it's just a really good change of pace from like Tired, and then you go into this super hard song, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I think the guitars really shine on this track.
Mm-hmm.
And then the solo for this song. Wow. It's impressive. Also, Corey adds this like effect on his voice that makes him kind of sound demented during the chorus. I like that quite a bit too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then we go on to My Name is Alan.
Yes.
Which I don't personally know what does Alan have to do with anything.
Alan in the story is Corey's doppelganger.
Okay.
And so the verses in this song are Alan, sung by Alan, and then the chorus is sung by Corey's character.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So cool thing.
Yeah. This is a really good song though. I love the like rumbling bass drum throughout the chorus. That's super cool. And I think this is one of the best solos on this album.
Oh sure. Yeah.
I love this solo.
Yeah. I really like the bridge on this song too, how it kind of builds and builds.
Yeah.
And then I like how there's this part in the song where the guitars and the bass kind of go back and forth if you listen closely. I think that's just a cool thing to add. Just another solid track on this record,
Really good.
Yeah. And then we move on to Taciturn, the real acoustic ballad of the song.
Yes. Of this album, yeah.
Or of this album, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It Taciturn. It takes a turn here. You got that. You've got that like acoustic change of pace, which again, Corey Taylor is phenomenal with that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to hear that, and it's really nice to hear that when he throws acoustic stuff in his albums.
Yeah, I just can't get over how well his voice fits with acoustic songs, and just makes me want an acoustic record.
I know.
But just very strong vocals. I like the lyrics on this song quite a bit. They stand out to me.
Yeah.
And then the solo at the end of this is good because it kind of gets a little heavier by the end, but like it's still a ballad.
It's one of those ballads that just it keeps you interested the whole song.
And that's what this album does.
Yeah.
That's one of the strong points of it. It just you're always wondering what's gonna happen next with this record.
Yep.
And then we get, I believe this is one of the most underrated Stone Sour songs ever.
Yeah.
Influence of a Drowsy God. This song is unlike anything they've really done. I mean, because before this you have the self-titled record, which is, like a post-grunge metal alternative thing, and it's a good record, but they really didn't find their sound yet. But then Come Whatever May is when they found their sound, and just a strong record. But then you go to Audio Secrecy, and great album, but they mixed in with the mainstream a little bit and changed their sound. But then this, completely different from anything they've ever done. And this song is what really shows it. The instrumental, the lyrics, it starts differently than the other tracks on the album, which I enjoy. The chorus is different too. The way he sings the chorus, completely different from everything.
The chorus is super catchy. I love it so much, and it's just the whole feel of this song is unlike anything else on this album, and it's really interesting. And it has one of the best guitar solos in it.
Yeah, this one they really shine on this,
Yeah.
especially with that fast part. And then I like the bridge on this track too.
Yeah, it's again one of those songs like Tired that it's the perfect blend of soft and heavy.
Yeah.
And it's so well done.
And this is just one of those tracks where after you're done, you're like, okay, well, where could we go after this? And they just keep you asking questions with this record, and I love that.
Yep.
And then we get to The Travelers Part 2, which is kind of a ballad, but not. I really enjoy the piano on this song.
It's one of those songs that it keeps you interested the whole time. Yeah. And it's just a really, I love how it feels. It's just, it's a slower song, but it's a really good listen.
Yeah. And it calls back to the melody of Part 1, which is really nice, but they're two completely different songs.
Yeah. And at one point in the song, I kind of get that like tired melody feel into it, and it's like they're kind of throwing in themes from other songs into this one, and it's tying it all together. Yeah,
it's super dope, dude. And then we move on to the other like heavy song, "Last of the Real," the last song on the record.
Yep, it starts off with that super hard bass going. It's freaking awesome, and then you got his super aggressive vocals. They're just punching through. And the bridge changes up. It's super good.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say this is a banging instrumental.
It's a banging
instrumental, and you get to hear angry Corey Taylor, and who doesn't love that? If you love Slipknot, you're gonna love this track.
Yes.
Yeah, this is just an excellent record in their discography, and it just completely changes up and throws everything out that they were doing before. I love it. I love when bands do that.
Yep.
So, Evan, what are your likes of this record?
My likes of this album is everything. I don't have a negative for this album. I really don't. I just love Corey Taylor's powerful vocals. I love just the production of everything that's on here. It's just so well. And again, I just love how it's that perfect blend of soft and heavy. It's just it's such a well put together record.
Yeah. Again, I love how they changed their sound with this record. I love the performances of all the band members. They really shined on this record with everything that they were doing. Solos were super inventive, and the riffs were super creative, and they just flowed together. And then concept record.
Yeah.
So you can just keep diving into this album and finding out what it is. And also... the flow of the album is really great too. How it has those hard-hitting songs, and then you take a dive down in the ballads, and then you have that weird section with Influence of a Drowsy God, back to a ballad, and then hard-hitting after that. It's great.
Yep. It's a really fun listen.
Yeah.
Takes you on a ride.
I don't have any dislikes.
Nope.
I usually say I don't like the structure, like how bands keep the same structure, but they don't with this. They change it up a bit.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
it's
refreshing.
Really done.
It's a really
well
refreshing
done.
album.
So that's
A+.
album review. House of Golden Bones Part 1. Should we do Part 2?
Not for A+ reviews, but I think we should. We will revisit more Stone Sour because they're a band we definitely enjoy and would like to talk about more of them. If you want us to see more, comment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, you know the gist.
Yep. All right, well, catch us next time.
Thanks for watching.